Hey everybody, it's John from the Gloucester Library, and for today's let's draw a honeybee. Alright, so to start our honeybee, I'm going to draw the bee up and down this way, with its head here and its bottom here, and I'm going to draw it looking from the top down. So to start off, I'm going to draw the head, and it's going to be a shape like this. Kind of like that. I go in and erase a little. There we go. So I want it to stay kind of rounded there, because I'm going to have my eyes right here, and you see how it's kind of goes up a little bit there, not to a point, but just a little bit. And now I'm going to draw my eyes, and they kind of come in like this, almost like a little bean shape. And I'm going to darken those in. I'm only going to use two colors for my honeybee, just black and yellow. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to color these in, but I'm going to leave like a little shiny spot here and here. So I'm going to draw little circles so I make sure I don't color those in. And I'm also going to leave a little bit of the inside edge white, just like that. I'm going to kind of trace it so I don't accidentally color that in too. And now I'm going to color in all the rest of it black. Just like that. See? And do that for the other eye. There we go. And now I'm going to draw the antenna. And I'm going to do them with thick lines. So if you can't do them in one go, just do a couple passes and thicken them up. But I'm going to have them come off right here, right where it looks like there's a little nose, that point there at the end of the head. I'm going to have the first one come out this way. And go ahead and you can make a few passes on it there to make it kind of thick. And do the same thing on the other side. And then on the last segment coming down like this. And again, make a few passes if you need to make it a little bit thick. Alright. And then now what I'm going to do is there's little hairs all over the body of the bee, of our honeybee. So I'm going to make like some little lines like this, just to show where there's some hair. And then I'm going to keep this part light because I'm going to color that in yellow later. And then I'm going to darken in the rest of this. And that's why I left my little spots here white, so you can see where the eyes start and the head part begins. And if you can't do little dash lines like that, don't worry about it. Like if you're using crayons or colored pencils, just kind of darken hard, press down hard right here for this part, and just kind of shade lightly there for that part. Alright, the next part I'm going to do the center part here. I believe that's the abdomen. And it's got a kind of a shape like that. Almost like a flower pot, or maybe like a vase type shape, the bottom of it. And that one's got like little hairs all over it as well. And you can add little hairs if you want. If you don't want to, it's okay. We can make it look like it's hairy through the color when you do color it in. I'm going to do that to show that it's hairy on the outside, and then my outer part I'm going to leave blank so that I can color it in yellow later, but I'm going to do little dashes just like I did here to show where it's hairy. And then I'm going to darken in. You see, like, I'm not going all the way out to the end of the little dashes that I made, the little hairy dash marks. I'm just meeting them with my darker center, so you can still see that there's some separation there. Now I'm going to do the bottom. I believe that's the thorax of the bee, and it kind of comes out and it's all rounded off and then down, and same thing on the other side and up like that. So it's kind of skinny right here and then comes out. Now I'm also going to use like little dashed lines to show where it changes, because there's going to be different stripes. There's going to be like black, then yellow, then black, then yellow, just all the way down. So if you don't get the same number of stripes as me, that's okay. That's okay. Just do your best, and as long as there's some dark black stripes and lighter yellow ones, that'll get the idea across. Now I'm going to make the next one. This one's kind of a thinner line, so I'm going to do that and then maybe just darken just a little bit in the middle. And then this one's going to be a thicker one, so I use thicker lines, or longer lines I should say, longer dashes, and kind of darken in a little bit there in the middle, not going all the way out to the edge, just a little bit. And then the next one, that's a fairly thick line too. There we go. Go in the middle just a little. There we go. And I'm going to do another one. And see how I'm leaving the space in between for where the yellow is going to be. And one more, just to do the bottom there. Alright. Now I'm going to add the legs, and they've got 6 legs, so I'm going to start with the front ones here. I'll have one little segment come out like that, and I'm going to kind of darken it in except for the very top. I'm doing that just so when we're going along you can see where one segment goes into the next. And the next one's a bit bigger, like that. And you can go ahead and just leave some of it on shaded like that. I'm doing just a little shape like that to show where like the light's hitting it, because these parts aren't hairy so much, not except for on the end where they can grab onto things. But these parts are more smooth, so you'll see more like shininess on them. And then I'm going to do the last segment on here, and it's a little bit thinner and has like the little parts on the end for being able to grab onto things. And the same thing over here. Do one segment, then the next one, a little bigger one like that, and leave some spots uncolored there to show where it's shiny. And then another one up here, some little parts on the end there. Alright, and now we're going to do the middle set of legs. I'm going to have them kind of come out a little bit. So I'll do the first segment, and it's similar to this one. There's a smaller one, and then there's a little bit larger, well, quite a bit larger actually, and kind of leave some of that unshaded in the middle there. and then have it go into another larger segment. There we go. And then one little one, again, just like this, comes down kind of small and skinny. And there. Alright. And then do the same thing on this side. Have a little one coming out. Then the larger one. And remember, leave a little spot uncolored to show where it's shiny. Then another bigger one. Well, this one's a little bit smaller than that one. This one's smaller than that one, just by a bit. And the little one. Skinny one. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to do the back legs. And those ones, there's a little segment that comes out, a little skinny segment like that. Leaving some unshaded there, uncolored, so you can see where it's kind of shiny. And then the next segment's kind of long. Back legs are kind of long. They're going to go backwards like this. Right, and those ones are going to be more yellow than dark. There's some hairs on them. So I'm just going to do just a little bit of dashed lines, a little bit of darkening in. And in the next segment, and same thing, leave it mostly white so I can go back and color it in yellow. And then a small one off the end, just like that. And same thing on this side, and do the next segment there. And this one. And the last little one. There we go. And the last thing I'm going to draw is the wings. And they kind of start here at the sides, like in this area. You can kind of mark them there if you want as a guide. And then they actually have a forewing and a hind wing, but when they're at rest like this, they kind of look like one big wing. But I'm going to show you they have their shape. So they kind of come out and curve in, come down, and then that would be the forewing. And then the hind wing kind of comes out here and in, and then down. And they have like some details in them as well. You can draw the details if you like. It's okay if you just want to leave them like that as well. I might just do a little bit of the details of the wing. And I'm not getting it exact, just trying to show that there's some more parts to the wing. Now we're going to do the same thing here. Have it come out and down, curve around in, and come back up. And then for that's a forewing, and now for the hind wing, have that come out and in, and then back up. And just a little bit of details on there. I'm going like okay. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to draw in the coloring with the yellow. So I'm going to pick out a yellow color that I like. There we go. And I'm only going to color in the parts on the body and the hind legs that have the yellow, and leave most of these parts white to show where like they're shiny black parts of the bee. So I'm going to shade in, color in the front here on the head. There we go. And then the body. And if you want to, where the wings are, where they kind of overlap the body there, you can color a lot lighter there. Push down hard for this part to make the yellow solid, and then color lighter there just to show where the transparency of the wings is making what's underneath a little bit lighter. So I'm going to do like that, and then I'm going to color in the middle here with this yellow. And I don't have a way on my computer to, or on my iPad to shade lighter like I can with an actual colored pencil or crayon, so I'm going to have to just pick a different shade. But you can do the same thing I'm doing by just pressing down harder or shading lighter when you're doing it. So I'm going to do that, and maybe just the little bottom parts here, the back legs. And then I'm going to pick a lighter shade of yellow, just like I was coloring lighter. And I will do the inside here, where the wings overlap my bee, the body there. Alright, and a little bit here, and the same with the legs here. Alright, and I might use like maybe like almost an orange or brown, just to do the little detail I did on the wings for the forewings and the hind wings. You can do that if you like, but you don't have to. I'm just doing that so that it shows the wings a little bit more, makes them stand out a little bit more on my bee. Alright, there we go. So there's our honeybee. I hope you liked this Let's Draw, and I hope to see you next time.